Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a weekly program that highlights some of the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. Coming up, Team Unity Housing Solutions program invests in a number of new home owners in constituencies 7 and 3, National Security Advisor adding value to security architecture in St. Kitts Nevis, water interruptions minimized during road upgrade, government and church leaders work closely together on social intervention strategies, fire officers in St. Kitts Nevis sharpen emergency response techniques, 13 scholarships presented to students from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis under the 2018 Taiwanese Scholar Grants. The Government of National Unity, under its Unity Housing Solutions program, has delivered a number of homes on August 21st and August 23rd as part of its mandate to provide affordable housing to lower and middle income families. These new homeowners hail from constituency 7 and 3. Speaking at one of the key presentation ceremonies on August 21st at Catholic Street Housing Extension in Molyneux, Minister responsible for Human Settlement, Honorable Eugene Hamilton, noted that the houses are bigger, stronger, aesthetically pleasing, and more affordable.
No longer will we be building the small houses. These are 862 square feet. Bigger bedrooms that can hold more than a bed now, and your dressing table could be in it too, and sometimes it holds 2 beds. It is a house fit for a king. Prime Minister, I don't mind giving up mine, I live in one tomorrow. And you know what? We did more than that, you know. That's why I'm telling you, we have been given the world's goods. And we are determined that the people of this federation will benefit from our stewardship. That is why on these houses, interest rates go as low as 2% nowhere in the world. 2% interest.
The Minister of Human Settlement said that the handing over of the keys is part of the overall policy of building homes in every community. In other news, the security apparatus in St. Kitts and Nevis continues to be strengthened with the increase of manpower and equipment, the employment of new tactics and strategies, implementation of social intervention programs, and other related measures that have resulted in a sustained downward trend in crime in recent years. The completion of Phase 1 of the closed-circuit television CCTV project that saw 345 cameras mounted around Bastia and its environs, the growth of the Explorers movement that positively engages children, and the current training of 37 recruits at the police training complex are some of the initiatives that have enhanced citizen security. However, one point that federal government officials insist should not be overlooked is the contribution of the National Security Advisor, NSA, retired Major General Stuart Saunders. Major General Saunders took up the post as NSA on August 1st, 2017. He possesses over 40 years of distinguished public service in Jamaica, where he regularly engaged in developing anti-crime strategies at operational and policy levels. In St. Kitts and Nevis, his duties involved advising the government on matters relating to national security, assisting in coordination of national security activities among various government agencies, encouraging and facilitating cooperation among national security agencies, and instituting structures and systems to ensure effectiveness and efficiency in the delivery of national security services.
We are satisfied up to this date that he has added value to the work, and the work is largely advisory. The work is largely setting systems in place, and we are getting there.
Authorities in St. Kitts are taking measures to ensure that any interruptions to the water supply caused by pipes that are damaged during the ongoing road works are minimized. George Gilbert of the Public Works Department, PWD, is the project manager for the upgrade work that includes widening sections of the road, resurfacing of the island's main road, and installing drainage and sidewalk facilities in specific areas.
When they're actually excavating, even the vibration from time to time will actually break the pipes. So then we have people from the water department, thanks to them for being there, and they will actually mend the pipes as they break. So there will be some inconveniences, and we ask you to bear with us in the development of the island main road.
The Water Services Department is not the only agency that the Public Works Department has to interact with during the process. There is regular interaction with officials from the cable, the St. Kitts Electricity Company, SKNIS, and others. The Public Works official thanked the public for their patience during the road upgrade project, which is also responsible for some unavoidable traffic delays. Pastors and church leaders from Christian denominations met on Tuesday, August 21st, with senior government officials to discuss a number of matters, including grant project funding, the implementation of school chaplains program, and the religious activities included as part of the St. Kitts Nevis 35 years of independence. The meeting was chaired by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Ecclesiastical Affairs, Ron Dublin Collins, and was attended by Senior Minister, the Honorable Vance Amory. The officials had very candid conversations with the 35 representatives from faith-based institutions who assembled at the People's Evangelistic Center at Needmust. The grant funding for projects is a direct follow-up to a one-day workshop in July that was organized by Government for Church representatives to enhance their capacities in project planning. Senior Minister Amory said that ongoing and frequent interactions with religious leaders are part of the government's strategy to engage social partners in policy development.
The first has been for us to strengthen the relationship and the partnership between the government through the ministry and the churches, the pastors, priests, deacons, whatever your function in the church. And the purpose of that strengthening is, as I intimated, is so that we can show that common purpose to get our people to be the best that they can be.
Reflecting on the high number of juveniles that engage in antisocial activities, Senior Minister Amory said that the challenge is one that must be tackled by society as a whole. Permanent Secretary Dublin Collins said he was excited by the collaboration that has taken place to date between both parties, particularly with the success of the grant funding for projects. He noted that the number of initiatives on the horizon will seek to deepen existing relations and strengthen newer ones. Similar engagements are held regularly with leaders that represent other faiths, including Rastafarians and Muslims. 40 first responders with the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services SKNFRS sharpened their response to emergencies during a two-day Incident Command System ICS workshop, which was held at the Department of Agriculture Conference Room from August 22nd to 23rd. ICS is a systematic tool that is used for command, control, and coordination of emergency responses. It allows responders to adopt integrated organizational structures that meet the complex demands of incidents and also facilitates the proper deployment of manpower and the specific responsibilities to manage day-to-day operations for a variety of emergencies. At a ceremony to open the workshop on Wednesday, Course Facilitator Fire Substation Officer 2, Davron Clark, highlighted the value of ICS system to the work of the men and women of the SKN FRS.
The overall goal of the ICS is to improve on the preparedness of first responding agencies who are required to coordinate a multi-agency response to large incidents where the ICS hierarchy system can be operationalized, especially as it relates to natural and man-made events such as structural and commercial fires, cruise ship, aircraft and vehicular transportation accidents, search and rescue operations, oil spill, and hazardous incidents.
The ICS training is in keeping with the SKN FRS Action Plan for 2018, which is geared towards the training and development of all fire officers. The Republic of China Taiwan continues to offer locals the opportunity to pursue tertiary education, with the recent presentation of 13 scholarships presented to students from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis under the 2018 Taiwanese Scholar Grants. Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean Richards, applauded the Republic of China Taiwan for its continued support, especially in the education sector. The awardees, who will be pursuing studies in several key areas at both graduate and undergraduate levels, are expected to depart from the Federation later this month. Of the 13 scholarships presented, 5 students are from Nevis and 8 are from St. Kitts. That's it for this edition of SKNIS Week in Review. See you next week.